Looks like the Millelith have set up camp to deal with this. There's soldiers and fortifications everywhere. Yeah, let's fight side by side with the Millelith and send those
Halt, you two. There's danger up ahead. I'll have to ask you to turn back. No, wait. I think I recognize you. Are you Sergeant Traveler?
Sergeant? What the heck? Have you been doing night shifts in the Millelith while Paimon's asleep?
I'm Feng Jin, leader of this Millelith platoon. Staff Officer Su Ding has mentioned you before and had nothing but praise for your extraordinary talents. Our reports also list you as an honorary knight in the Knights of Favonius, granted captain-level authority in times of crisis. Therefore, it seems only appropriate to address you as Sergeant. But now that introductions are out of the way, let's get back to business. Please.
Wait! Keqing's here too? Huh. This situation must be more complicated than we thought.
Lady Yuheng, as you predicted, the Traveler and his second-in-command are here to see you.
Good work, Feng Jin. It's been a while, you two. I see you're still chasing danger. Let me start by giving you a brief background of the situation. For many years, this ley line deposit has been very stable. However, for reasons we've not yet determined, it recently became unusually active, which has led to an alarming surge in monster attacks. Worse still, eliminating the monsters seems to have no effect. The ley line disturbance remains, and anyone who comes into contact with it is transported to a strange domain. This is the first time we've seen this sort of anomaly.
Yikes! That's really weird. So, somehow, this ley line deposit is turned into a sort of teleport waypoint? And shouldn't you guys be calling for more backup? There's no way a camp this size can withstand an otherworldly invasion.
Please don't worry, Paimon. Our defenses are as stable as can be, and all units are elite officers who have served in the Guili Plains. With their experience, each one of them is easily worth 100 troops. Still, the longer this garrison stays up, the more costly it will be. If we don't find the source of the ley line disturbance soon, we run the risk of depleted resources and troop fatigue. Military action should be taken with precision and prudence. Every attack has to count. A passive defense is always a losing strategy.
That makes a lot of sense. Sitting around and waiting for the enemy to attack sounds like it would really suck.
Yes, which is why Yelan has taken a team to infiltrate and investigate the domain. They should be back in a few hours with the intel. You're back early. I'm guessing things didn't go according to plan.
Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that we now have a rough idea of what's going on. In short, this anomaly is a vestige of a past ley line disturbance. By examining on-site samples and cross-checking them against our war records, I was able to confirm that the ley lines are currently reenacting major historical battles inside the domain. This likely explains the monsters that managed to slip out too. Sound familiar? Thought it might. My sources tell me that Mondstadt has experienced a similar phenomenon in the recent past. Fortunately, the situation never spiraled out of control, thanks to a relentless effort by a certain honorary knight and Dark Knight hero to keep the monsters at bay. This eventually depleted all the information stored in the ley line, after which it returned to normal. Basically, they waged a war of attrition and won.
Well, that explains why the ley line deposit is bright red. There was one just like it back then, too. Big and red and plump. Huh, like a juicy apple.
I see what you're doing. Making light of the situation signals to the person trying to hire you that if they want you to take things seriously, they need to make you a serious offer. But don't worry, we won't disappoint you on that front.
You're starting to lose Paimon a little.
And the bad news, Yelan? Give it to us straight.
Sure. As you've already noticed, this ley line disturbance differs from previous cases. So unless we target the deepest recesses of this to complicate things further, there seems to be a strange set of rules at play in the domain. While we were inside, my team and I started to... Things went smoothly at first. We were collecting and analyzing items without too much trouble. But once we pushed deeper, the team was overcome with a sudden sense of weakness. They could no longer fight at full strength. Meanwhile, the monsters only got stronger. Some of them even showed traits we've never observed before. It got pretty dicey at points. My verdict is, we need to find someone highly resistant to ley line interference who can look into the... If they let a squad inside, they could figure out how to navigate the environment. Then
So to summarize, we have two options. The first is to strengthen our defenses, keep fending off the monster attacks, and hope the disturbance dies down in due course. Option 2 is to send the Traveler inside the domain. Understood. I'll need to contact Ningguang and request additional funding for our defenses. At the same time...
Hey, isn't this the part where you're supposed to tell us to get...
Sorry, but peacekeeping in Liyue is a duty that belongs to the Millilith and the Qixing. It's my role as commander to keep my office... Plus, I don't want you taking this on all by yourself. So if you don't want to get involved, I won't force you. I'll simply treat this like a long-term training exercise for the middle. Meanwhile, I'll have scouts keep up the intelligence-gathering work inside. Of course, if you do wish to participate, you'll have my full... And once the ley line disturbance has been brought under control, I will review your record and compensate you accordingly.
Paimon too! Whichever way you cut it, we can't sit this... Plus, we don't need to worry about being shortchanged. Keqing and Yale...
That looks like determination to me. I like what I see. Alright, Yelan, tell your
Not so fast. I need some time to think this through. The situation at the site is in constant... Traveler, take this time to rest up and assemble your A-team.
Keep your eyes peeled and your blades ready. Remember, whenever the situation takes a turn for the worse, with that said, I await your triumphant return.
Yeah! We'll be back with good... Which major historical battle do you think is being reenacted here? Feels like one where most soldiers would be way out of their depths. Ah, hopefully not. Surely not right. Please tell Paimon you're exaggerating.
Ah, you're back.
And, by the look on your face, I'm guessing this is a triumphant return after all?
Sure is, but it was really, really scary in there.
Incredible. You did very well to brave all of that and still emerge.
After you entered the domain, there was a sharp drop in stray monsters out here. And although you didn't eliminate the root of the problem, it's plain to see you've weakened the ley line.
Which means you've weakened the monsters as well. Now any rank-and-file soldiers can comfortably fend them off.
Why do you sound weirdly excited about this? Don't go getting too bloodthirsty.
Oh, one other thing. We received a response from Yujing Terrace. Both the Tianxuan and the Thanks to your tireless efforts, we may even be able to turn this ley line disturbance. Moving forward, you'll have the full support of this while the disturbance remains active. The Millilith will take care of any monsters.
We've turned the tables on this situation. What started as a potential crisis is now a major asset to Millilith.
Oh, that's a big way to... Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, ley lines are pretty fast. Or, who knows? Maybe one day we'll run into some smart cookie who hands us a big thick book called Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Ley Lines.
You're certainly very familiar with the kind of work we do. But I'm afraid this has nothing to do with any of the above commissions. Please take this brand new Adventurers Guild notebook. The Adventurer Handbook is for recording details of your completed commissions and intel on all sorts of monsters. Whereas this notebook is for recording the marvelous people and wonderful events you encounter on your travels. I hope it will be of help to you. Anyway, that's all for now. My commission is complete. Safe travels, traveler. Ad Astra Abyssosque.
This is probably the highest point in Mondstadt City. Look at that view! There's so many people in the square. I can even... it's only on days off like this that I can just gaze into the distance and zone out. Usually, I'm either taking off from or landing here in a big hurry. Well, I am a Knight of Favonius. Helping everyone who lives here is my duty. As long as I can help solve the issue, no matter what it is, I have an Huh? Oh, stop it. You're making me blush. Lots of knights and others from the Adventurers Guild work as hard as I do, if not harder. But I'll do all I can, the best I can, as long as it's for Mondstadt. Huh? Hang on. Why is Margaret suddenly running off like that? Whoa, she's chasing someone. A thief, maybe? You wait here. I'll go help her. We can't let someone like... Hey, you! Stop right there!
All goes quiet on Starsnatch Cliff. High in the trees. All is... Oh, wait. Sorry, that's not right. High in the trees. No whiff of the wind. No sign of the birds. No flapping of wings. Oh, then it goes. Pause. Pause for a moment, and... Oh gosh, this is so embarrassing. I'm making a complete mess of this. I didn't get tongue-tied at all on the 42nd time, or the 90th time. So why can't I get it right now? The 42nd and 90th time? Yep. I rehearsed this 100 times to try and perfect my performance, so... I really thought it would go well this time. But nope. I blew it again. Though not for lack of practice, surely. Right. That amount of practice should have been more than enough. If it's still... Actually, the Traveler here has loads of experience with performing music. Why don't you tell us what your method is? Maybe we can give you some... And, Paimon can give you pro tips. Aw, that's so kind of you. No. Just things I jot down after each practice. Stuff to watch out for, areas to improve on, etc. Whoa, this is denser than the encyclopedias in the Mondstadt. Well, my parents always hoped I'd become a scholar, so they made me take classes in all of those things and more. Well, I'm all ears. Where do you think I'm going wrong? Have I misunderstood some core principles of music theory, perhaps? Or am I approaching my Paimon never knew being a bard was such hard work. The tone-deaf bard always makes it look so easy. And still, his singing and lyre playing always sound... Venti! Ah! Tone-deaf bard, where did you come from? Well, Paimon sure hasn't missed that attitude. A whoosh? So it must have been a cat that stole the leaf, right? And with your allergies, you can't exactly go chasing it down.
I can help too, Venti. And, sorry, I know I shouldn't spring that on you. Wow, really? Okay, I'll just grab my... Wait, where's my notebook?
But then, why did her performance go so bad?
I guess I just lack that natural talent. Let me think. Maybe it was a sense of yearning. Back when my parents forced me to stay in my room and study, I'd always hear this bard singing outside. His wonderful melodies and beautiful voice were like a soft breeze. Yeah, that's it. But I get so nervous when I'm performing in front of a crowd. What? But...
Exactly. If you really want to share
So, I've got to be my freest, happiest...
In that case, Paimon will be the audience.
That was my first ever successful Once the music started, it felt like I became one.
The audience definitely felt it too. Look, even that cat came to check out the show.
Oh, Charcoal! So it was you! I'm sorry, that's my neighbor's cat. Whenever I'm rehearsing...
What was that in its mouth? Was it the leaf?
Charcoal! That belongs to Venti. It's very... You've helped me so much. I feel bad.
Gone like the wind.
I can hardly believe I can't offer much. Oh, and as well as tip.
Awesome!
Great! That's all the ingredients we need. Time to hit the streets and launch our grand as it happens. I know, so let's pay her.
Welcome to Ogre Textiles and Kimo... Oh, looking to buy some fabric?
It sounds in.
Oh, and on what
Well, we're thinking of starting a housekeeping class.
But if we go too in-depth, it might come off as indistinct from the main body. How am I going to do this?
Miss Layla, shall we discuss this inside? We can sit down and chat.
Sorry, so sorry. I didn't mean to spiral. I just couldn't help thinking about my thesis again.
It's fine. I've treated several academia students before. You can say I've encountered similar states of mind to yours.
You've been to Sumeru?
Yes, a scholar there once invited me to help treat his students.
Really? Did any of them have severe issues?
I wouldn't go that far. Just long-term insomnia, terror, paranoia, as well as acute tinnitus and vertigo.
I'd rather face the monsters. If you succeed, then all is well. If you fail, at least you'll never worry about anything else again. But a thesis, I don't even know what counts as success or failure. I'd finally squeezed a third draft out, but upon seeing it, my advisor just flipped it face down on the desk and said, "Forget your thesis for now. First, you need to go to Isa Bathhouse in Inazuma. Relax and recover a bit. I've already made the arrangements for you."
That's correct. I received a letter from Miss Layla's advisor in advance, with details about her situation and a request to provide therapy for her. I think it's quite likely that a mutual acquaintance shared my contact information.
No, things can't be that simple. My thesis isn't done. We've just started our research topic, and I have a pile of unsubmitted work from my research group. Maybe my advisor thinks I'm totally useless and wants to get rid of me. This must be my advisor's last gift. The last bath I'll ever take. Once I return to the academia, I'll be expelled, and then left alone in a corner doing star charts.
It's just as the letter said. Her symptoms are extremely severe. How long has she had this condition? However, her advisor's letter clearly acknowledges her abilities, emphasizing constantly that she is their most outstanding student. Perhaps it's Layla who doesn't believe in her own abilities, thus triggering these symptoms. Evidently, a more thorough evaluation is required.
Excuse me. I'm going in now. If there's any letters for me, please sign for them.
Don't worry, I will help her. In fact, I've already come up with a preliminary treatment plan. Now, time to formally begin treatment.